everyone, I'm Sophia with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. Little Giovanni was born when his father was away on business in Assisi, Italy. His mother was a French noblewoman who had married a successful silk merchant, and the family desired for nothing in the 1100s. Upon his return, Giovanni's father renamed the small boy to Francesco, a commemoration for his love of all things French. Francesco took full advantage of his life as a wealthy merchant's son. He squandered his money on all pleasures he desired, dressed in the finest robes, and was in no way a sore to the eyes. And he very much knew it, using that to his advantage to take over his father's trade and get anything he wanted. One day he was selling silks in the marketplace when a beggar approached him in the middle of the sale. After the trade was made and the happy customer strolled off, Francesco out of nowhere ran after the beggar and gave him everything without thinking. His act of charity was met with mockery from his friends and a total outrage from his father. But this small act of charity would be a foreshadowing of his own future. In 1202, Francesco joined the military and was captured as a prisoner of war. It was there that Francesco had plenty of time to contemplate on his life and begin his conversion. He was later released, but quickly returned to his old way of life until he re-enlisted in 1205. This time, he received a vision from Jesus, calling Francesco to abandon his worldly life and restore Christ's church. And that's exactly what he did. Life wouldn't become easy for Francesco with his new zeal of faith. When asked if he would ever settle down and get married, he responded that he would become the best friar bride the world had ever seen. His family definitely disapproved of his new vocation for a religious life, and his father was thrown into such a rage that he disinherited Francesco altogether. There was no turning back now. From that moment on, Francesco happily traded in his riches for something greater. He begged for his income and would continue having visions from Christ. He visited hospitals and prisons, preached in the streets to anyone who would listen, and in 1209 had such a following that he established the Franciscan order. He would also come to take St. Clare of Assisi under his wings as a spiritual student and inspired her to establish the Poor Clares. He retired from his life of ministry work soon after, and for the last few years of his life received small stigmatas, or wounds that mimicked those of the crucified Christ, until his death in 1228. His life was based on a simple statement: leave all and follow me. He composed hymns reflecting on nature, creation, and God's animals. It was said that Francesco was such an eloquent speaker that even the birds and fish would stop to listen. The man we know now as St. Francis of Assisi lived his life simply for God and cared for his creation. He left everything to follow Christ, which is exactly what God calls each of us to do. May we hold Christ as top priority in our own lives and run to him each day. St. Francis of Assisi, patron saint of animals, pray for us.